We will install Ubuntu 4. We select the language, location, and keyboard layout. This is the very first version of Ubuntu ever. Now, we enter the hostname. We select to erase the entire disk. Finally, we confirm to write all the changes to the local disk. Development began in April 2004, and it took 6 months to release the first version with the code name called Warty Warthog. We wait for it to copy to the disk and install GRUB. Then it informs us that the first stage is complete, and it then reboots. It starts for the first time and welcomes us. It asks for time zone, name, user, password, and also the specific video driver. Installation continues. It asks for the video mode. We select the right modes for the monitor. We wait for it to finish now. It asks for the user and password and enters the GNOME desktop. We inspect the panel, the menu, and all installed applications. We run Mozilla Firefox and notice it does not load any page. This is due to the TLS and SSL incompatibility by obsolescence. But we do have a connection. We try to download Firefox, but it fails to establish the SSL link. Certificates did not exist. We try to install them, and there is no candidate package. We check the Firefox version, which is 0.9.3 from the year of 2004. We use nano to edit the sources.list file in etc. app, trying to change the repository for a file compatible with old Warty. The repository is no longer active. We edit it again and change it to some old release. It connected but has no new packages. The only sites we can enter are text-based, such as 68K News, among others. It is very hard for technology to last 2 decades. We download Firefox 1.5, unpack it, and try to run it. But it has problems with the libraries, and we simply have no success. We try to run it from the bin file, but it gives an error loading libmojs. We indicate the path, but other errors appear. We try to use run Mozilla script, but it fails to run. And when indicating Firefox, the script finds the old version and runs it. We try other browsers, but they are not in the repository. The only one we find is Lynx, which is a text-based web browser. We run Mozilla web browser, but it still does not enter any site. At this point we can do nothing. It is a historic error. We try to use Sysbench, but it is not in the repos either. We install the necessary packages to compile Sysbench directly. It cannot be downloaded from GitHub, so we do it externally. We get the latest version and the autogen gives a fatal error. We try several versions, including a deb package with version 0.4.n. We run dpkrugen, but it needs libc 6.2.4 or a higher version. Since we cannot do any tests, we see what apps are installed. A text editor, and also the classic GNOME Tetris arcade game. GIMP is also there, with controls similar to current ones. It has several apps of the time, not bad for 22 years ago. It does bring OpenOffice 1.1. We run the word processor, the mathematics application, and also the spreadsheets very quickly. We show system info with commands such as the distro version, the kernel version, the consumed memory, and used disk space. This has been a journey back in time for those who used it to trigger memories, and for others to see how old systems were. That is all for this video. If you liked it, subscribe, leave a like, and activate notifications. See you in the next video.